shrooms, and we're gonna have a good evening here. Give me one sec. Set this situation up. Okay, there we go. Okay, pop shrooms live. Give me one second. I'm gonna grab something. It's shroomy time in the city. It's shrooms. Let's hear them bloom. It's shroomy time in the city. Oh, shroom, let's hear them bloom. It soon will be shroomy day. Okay, hang in there. I'm right there. Sorry about that. It's shroomy time in the city. Big J! You know what? I can't get too carried away because we're going to do our reading and not me just blabbing tonight. Big J visited me tonight, you guys, today. And his wife, gorgeous wife, Corey. She looked really pretty today. I mean, she's pretty all the time, but special pretty today. Big J, I want to give you another big hug. I've been warm all day since you left, just warm inside about the goodness and kindness that you are as a guy. I'm telling you, I really care about you, man. And the generosity, you guys, his spirit, he would not stop giving when he was here. I won't tell you all that story. What a guy. Let me, while we're doing this real quick, I'm going to hook us up over to IG. Okay, Michael, there you are. I'm afraid to use your cup. I don't want to get it tea stained. It's such a nice cup. Okay, I'm trying to get us hooked up to IG here. See if we get our IG people. One moment. Big J, I'm telling you, I'm not even joking. You're such a nice guy, kind guy. I was sorry that I had to run. I had my appointment, or we could have done some things next time. And your tubs are looking great. Okay, here we go. I think we might be getting it. You're now live. Here we go. So we've got, looks like our IG side of the house is going to be joining us. One moment. Okay. We're telling the people who are here. Okay, one second. I'm sorry for this technical difficulties. Okay. I don't know if IG is going to work out anyways because it's keep telling me it's got a poor connection. Okay. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for hanging in there with me while I did that. It's still telling me over here on IG that it's a poor connection. So IG just doesn't care for me. For some reason, the IG just doesn't want to, and I haven't done anything wrong. We're trying to be good people. Okay, we'll give it one more try over here. How you guys doing? Gosh darn it. I'm going to hang up, try that one more time. Okay, peace. I got to move on because it's not fair to, this thing's just flashing over here telling me that I can't get it. I'm going to say end now, delete video. I'll try one more time, you guys. I'm sorry to, Windows, I need a booster thing is what I think. Somebody keeps telling me a booster. That's what I'm willing to, whatever it takes. Somebody dress me up like a Ken doll and tell me where to go. Yeah, it keeps pausing due to poor connection. I don't know, because it let me do it before, but it won't now. So I'm not going to focus there. If people are at IG and if there's any way we could get them the word, pop them over here. I'd love it. Is Jeff here? Captain Jeff's here? I didn't know Captain Jeff was here. Hang around to the end here. This is the hook. Hang around to the end. We're only going to be about a half hour, but I'm going to spend till about 9:30 here. So hang in there. We're going to do a really nice reading. Good stuff. And then at the end, we're going to give this away or this. Not this one exactly, but a Pops supplement pack. It'll be our regular 10 pack. I didn't have one ready to bring to the screen here, but we'll do a Pops 10 pack, or you could pick a plate, one or the other. And both are great. Supplements or a plate for you. Okay? So hang in there till the end here. Over here, we're just not, IG's just not going to play. So I'll try one more time, and if they don't want to come along, I feel terrible for that, because the people at IG, some of them just don't know how to get to us at YouTube or whatever. No, it keeps telling us we got a bad connection. So we're going to forget. Now we're telling the followers, now we're saying it's bad. Okay, so we're going to have to forget about that because it's going to really disturb me. They can come over to YouTube, right? Exception. So, well, I'll have drop worrying about that for right now. Okay. Thank you very, very much. Thanks for being with us tonight. This is just a great book that I've been diving into. And the way I dive into things is I end up splintering off and finding other, like on my Mycelium network, when I study or learn something and end up going into other areas. And this whole concept of assumptions and just what it does in our lives. And the biggest single, I think, we're going to read, but when I'm thinking of assumptions, consider the idea that assumptions really, at the root level, an assumption, besides being poison, it's 90, whatever, we'll put a really high percentage on it, a lack of communication. You end up finding out it's a lack of communication. And communication isn't always spending a whole lot of time, oh, we got to communicate. I got to spend an hour talking about one little thing and figure it out. Communication can be extremely direct, can be extremely basic. And usually if it starts with kindness, it's easy to communicate. You'll find that out. If we start out with kindness, it's very easy to communicate. So we'll read the book here. We had read the first agreement almost a month ago. Then the second agreement. We're going to go back to those in another month or so, circle back. Last week we had started with the third agreement and got about halfway through that chapter, and then we paused. I'm so sorry over here at IG. You're just not getting it. And if anybody could put the word out to IG, tell them to pop over. It'd be really cool, because there's a pile of people trying to see us, but they just can't. Okay. The third agreement. Remember that this is the book that was written by Don Miguel Ruiz that we're reading out of. And a lot of us have been in this book. Many of you know this book better than I do. And I'm just amazed by having found it and how much I'm enjoying it. Not just enjoying, but it lines up with some of my own personal philosophies, especially those that I've developed as I've gotten older. And wiser, I'm wiser because I'm older. Not because I'm older, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten wiser. You can be wise and young. It isn't age related, but it is experience related. So, and then how you apply the experience. So, the third agreement is don't make assumptions. I'm going to do a very minor recap and catch up to where we left off last week. Before I do that, I'm going to scroll through over here on YouTube. I really can't on IG because it just is flickering, these poor guys. Mushy Pop, thanks for, oh, well, friends, you're so cute. And Mushy Pop again, helping me with a bunch of stuff, thank you. I'm going to scroll over here for 1 minute and just, you guys say hi to me. Say hi, and I want to know that you guys are there and we're all paying attention. Give me there's 34 people, that's a big number. Give me 7 highs, Pop, how you doing? And then we'll get started. Okay, we got a hey Pops, there's one. There's second one, sweet competition. Dougie, you're in the house. Big J, saw you today. Steve, thanks. Okay, guys, do me a favor, say hello to Steve real quick. Pop up real quick to Steve, S-T-E here. This gentleman's in the United Kingdom. It's 2 o'clock in the morning over there right now. He's staying up like boop, 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 just so he can, thanks for saying hi. Now we're getting engaged. Steve, the guy is up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's keep him pumped up. Steve cannot go to bed. Steve's got to stay up. Steve, get up, get out of bed, get up. Thank you for being here. He's so committed and he's so kind and DMs me really nice, supportive things all the time. It's 2 o'clock in the morning right now. He's going to get up at 6. You go to bed pretty soon, Steve. But thank you for being here. Another quick one. We always want to say it's just going to be part of the team from now on. Big family member. Say hi to Linda. Linda said she'd be here tonight. Talked again today on our DMs. It's so cute. She's such a nice lady. So say hi to Linda. We all know who Linda is. Just a quick Linda. Hello. I'm going to read these to Linda for a moment. Linda, hi, doll from Big J. Give me a couple of Lindas. Sleep when you're dead, Steve's, Jeff saying. Reese's, good evening, Mama Linda. Mama Linda, that's right. She's the mama. Hi, Linda from Sue. Hello, Linda from Free. Hi, Linda from Kyle. Steve loves you all. Windows saying hi, Linda. Michael and Kev Dog and Sweet Competition. All of these people, Linda, are saying good hello to you. Good evening to you in Palm Bay, sweetheart. Thanks for being here and Will. So thank you guys for saying hi to Linda. And I want you to know when she wrote me and said yes, it was okay that I read my letter, her letter to us all, and she's really enjoying the hellos. She really is. There, Big JC and Linda, you're an incredible woman. I think she must be. Raising a son, and the two of them got all kinds of plans to move. Great night, Linda, Jeff saying. Yes, thank you, Linda. You're a big part. And she's smart, too. Some of the stuff she writes to me, it's like, how does she know this stuff? She knows a lot of stuff. Lion's manes and reishi, she knows mushrooms. So, thank you for saying hi to that girl. We love everybody. Man, we love each other. Don't we love each other? Beautiful. Back to the reading now. The third agreement is don't make assumptions. I'm going to get us caught up and then read our book. We have a tendency to make assumptions about everything. The problem with making assumptions is that we end up believing them. We make these up ideas and then we end up, it's got to be true. I mean, it's in my head. It's got to be true. Remember back in the first two agreements, we find out, actually the first agreement, we find out we're badly programmed. Okay? I'm able to buy that. I'm able to buy that idea. I think I was badly programmed and nobody did it on purpose. Parents didn't sit around and say, let's put a bad program in the kid. Society didn't do it. It just is a bad program. I'll give you a small example, off the page example. We talked about it today in one of our readings. Watch this. I'm going to give you an example of our bad program. We all have this program. Watch. I'm going to show you guys something. Okay? Boop. Remember this? Everybody's going to look at that. Everybody's going to look at that. And every single one of you, without exception, except for maybe the exception, every one of you focused on the black dot. Every one of you focused right there. Who focused around? Who focused up here? Who focused right there? Who focused over here? Who focused here? Who focused here? Who focused who focused like this? We were taught to focus on that right there. Programmed. The real place to focus in the real world, if we want to be healthy and good and kind people, is focus out here. We got a whole huge page of out here. Good. Michael looked at the empty space. Good. Then you're reprogramming. That's just an example. The dots, your sicknesses and the illnesses and the problems and the drama. Don't focus on that. But No, we focus on that. Jeff wants us to keep our eye on the ball. Jeff's the guy that does do that. I can tell you that. So we believe these things are real. We could swear they are real. We make assumptions that what others are doing or thinking, we make assumptions about it, and then we start taking it personal. How kooky are we? That's really kooky. We make up this idea in our head, and then, gosh darn it, it's got to be real, and now I'm going to take it personal. We do it. I'm going to catch us up. Over here, in any kind of relationship, we can make the assumption that others know what we think, and we don't have to say what we want. They're going to do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we want, what we assume they should do, we feel hurt and think, how could you do that? You should know. Again, we make the assumption that the other person knows what we want. A whole drama is created because we make this assumption and then we put another assumption on top of it. It's very interesting how the human mind works. We have the need to justify everything, to explain and understand everything in order to feel safe. To feel safe. We're going to explain it all. We even have to go to the moon. We have to go to Mars to feel safe. We have millions of questions that need answers because there are so many things that the reasoning mind cannot explain. It's not important if the answer is correct. Just an answer will make us feel safe. How kooky is that? We just want an answer. Just give me an answer. I don't care what it is. Give me an answer. Okay, now I'm good. Oh. And we do it all the time. We're kooky. We were programmed like that. You want to change? Do you want to not be kooky? We reprogram. Just do a new program. And the greatest part about that is our human mind has the ability to reprogram itself so quickly. Neuro-linguistics programming is one of the ways. Completely just change your vocabulary. It'll change everything. We'll get to talk about that another night. NLP, neuro-linguistics programming. Change your vocabulary, you change your life. Literally. These get quick rich schemes, nope, don't work. You know what works? Change your vocabulary. You'll get rich. Then you have to ask yourself, what are you going to get paid in? If others tell us something, we make assumptions. And if they don't tell us something, we make assumptions. They tell us something, we make an assumption. They don't tell us something, we make an assumption. We're assuming machines. We're just going to assume. Again, one of the reasons is because it's all about me. We make the assumption that everyone sees life the way we do. That's what the author just said. I just said it, and then the author's saying it. We make the assumption that everyone sees life the way we do. I do that. I had a problem last week. Lack of communication. I take full responsibility, responsibility for my actions. I wanted to blame that other person so bad. I want to point at him and tell him, you're the idiot, you were wrong. At the end of the day, I have to stop and take 1 minute. If I respect myself, I have to say, wait a minute, Pops. You're really responsible. You had a lack of communication. You assumed they understood, and you didn't make it clear. You created your own drama. And then you want to turn around and gossip and say that person's a bad person. No. Be better next time. Here's the best part, though. What we do, too. We forget to forgive ourselves. And that's sort of like a lingo, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself is very real. It's hard to forgive yourself if you're always in trouble, though. If you're always messing up. But if you keep your side of the street clean all the time, you make a little mistake, you just go, boop, I made a mistake. That was a big one. Don't do that again. Forgive it. Boop, move on. It's real easy to dust it off and keep moving. 2 weeks ago, I missed a Monday morning because I had screwed up. I had a problem in my life and I didn't fix it. That's still out there in my head, but I have moved on. That was one of the biggest problems I've had in months. I didn't show up one morning. Lack of communication. I assumed things. This is why we have a fear of being around others. Did you know we are afraid to be around each other? Of course we are. That's one of the reasons virtual is good. Why this works for a lot of us. But it's better because we're starting to meet each other. We're starting to hang out. We're starting to have Big J's come over to your house, give them a big hug in person. You should see the stuff that he and his wife brought over. They don't stop bringing gifts every time they come here. Because we think everyone will judge us and victimize us and blame us, just like we do to ourselves. We don't want to go hang around with other people. They're going to do that to us. They're going to make assumptions about us, just like we're making them about them. That's the way the human mind works. We also make assumptions about ourselves, and this creates a lot of inner conflict. I think I'm able to do this. You make this assumption, for instance, and then you find out you're not able to do it. You overestimate or you underestimate yourself because you haven't taken this time to ask yourself questions and answer them. Perhaps you need to gather more facts about a particular situation. Or maybe you need to stop lying to yourself about what you truly want. Earlier tonight, I posted a picture. I'm going to have to go over here. I'll pull it off of IG since this isn't working. I'm going to show you a picture. Excuse me. That we had over here. This one right here. The circle of assumptions. I posted that up there. You guys can go take another look at it. The circle of assumptions. What this guy just said is, let's go back to the circle of assumptions. The further out you get, the more you're getting into areas of your own personal bias. And when you're way out here, you have no information at all. You're just making a straight up assumption. When you're way in here, right in the center, you're just gathering data, baby. You're a data gatherer. You haven't made any assumptions yet. Now, once you get all the data you can get, you start moving outwards in a correct and healthy way, not in an assuming, unhealthy way. But you got to get your data. And the data's got to be real, and it's got to be honest. You got to be a data collector in your own life. Tell yourself the truth. Did you really make the bed this morning, or didn't you? If you're going to tell yourself you did, but you really didn't, you're collecting bad data. You'll never get a good program. If you didn't make your bed, it's okay. You just say, I didn't, but I will tomorrow. And then do it. Now you gathered real data. But if you're not gathering real data, you're going to continue the bad programming. So you have to start with data. Gather the real data. Tell the truth. Whatever it is, gather it, and then you're going to be able to make plans and move forward. We also make assumptions about ourselves. Okay, no, or maybe we need to stop lying to ourselves. I used to do it all the time. Biggest hypocrite you ever saw. Small way as a minister. And every time I turn around, I was hooked on marijuana. I was smoking joints out back. Oh, no, that's one big sin. You're not supposed to do that. Not in the position I was in. Couldn't stop. You look in the mirror every day. You're going to go to work and go tell other people how to live their lives sinless. Smoke a little weed before you go. Nothing wrong with smoking weed either. Nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with it is hiding it from the people. That's what was wrong with it. Being a hypocrite about it, pretending you weren't doing it. You're gonna smoke weed? Smoke weed. You're gonna microdose? Microdose. Don't lie about it. Gather data correctly. Don't be a hypocrite to yourself, because you can't move forward. We have millions of questions that need answers because there are many things that the reasoning mind can't explain. That's why we make assumptions. If others tell us something, we make assumptions, and if they don't tell us something, we make assumptions to fulfill our need to know and to replace communication. I'll just make it up. I need to know something, so I'm just going to make it up. So we're going to move forward over to here now. How are we doing tonight? Are we okay? We're at about 25 minutes. Do you guys have another 10 minutes in you? Tell me if you have another 10 minutes in you before we close up, and then I'll put this stuff off. Am I going too long? We have another 10 minutes in us? I'm waiting for a couple of scrolls through. Jay Lee's got all night. Big Jay's got something. Got another 10 minutes in you guys? Okay. Got another, we got about another 10 minutes. We won't take up all your night. Thank you guys. We'll put another 10 minutes. I only have this much, and I'll start reading now instead of just rambling. Okay? It's been a beautiful night, though. Beautiful night. And then I'm watching out of the corner of my eye some of the scrolling, what you guys are talking about. Keep building each other up. The biggest thing we're going to do here as a group is encourage each other, compliment each other, flex each other. Today's thing, you saw my post today. I did a post of the old yacht that I had and sold. That was a flex. I told you guys this morning to flex. That was a flex from me. I was just showing you guys I don't give a damn about that stuff anymore. I used to. Flex, big flex. Pops doesn't care. That was a flex. Okay? That's what you guys, get out there and tell people what you're doing good for the community. Tell them. Put it in the mirror. Be proud of what you do, what you're doing. Be proud of who you are and how you're growing. Be proud. Claim it. Stand on the rooftop. Stand on the rooftop and tell them, I'm a new Michael Warrior in town. I'm growing up. I show up. I'm learning. Everybody here, the only reason you guys are here is because you want to be a better human being. Some of you want to be better farmers too. But we all want to be better or we wouldn't be here tonight. Get on the rooftop and talk about it. I love that stuff. And then later on, you go back and you be humble for a while. But this is flex day. Often when you go into a relationship with someone you like, you have to justify why you like that person. You only see what you want to see, and you deny there are things you don't like about that person. You lie to yourself just to make yourself right. Then you make assumptions, and one of the assumptions is that your love will change this person. But this is not true. Your love will not change anybody. If others change, it's because they want to change, not because you can change them. Then something happens between the two of you and you get hurt. Suddenly you see what you didn't want to see before, only now it's amplified by your own emotional poison. Now you have to justify your pain, and then you blame them for your choices. We don't need to justify love. It is there or it's not. Real love is accepting other people. Listen to this, please. You already know it. But real love is accepting other people the way they are without trying to change them. And I want to say this is a fact. There isn't one person that I talk to on those DMs in any way that I ever try to change. I love you guys just the way you are, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. There's a lot of you, awkward, different, other, just like me, and I love it. I love every bit of the difference. I love it all. I would never tell any of you, don't do it this way or don't do it that way. Your uniqueness is your wonderfulness. Don't ever expect if somebody's going to come into your family or into your life and tell you, do it this way or do it that way, don't listen to them. When you start doing it differently, it's because you see the reasons for it. Because you're being led that way by goodness, kindness, examples, mentoring. That's why you change. Not because somebody told you. We don't need to justify love. Okay, read that. We have to be what we are. So don't have to present a false image, pops, smoking pops, weed smoking pops, faker. We have to be what we are. I'm so ashamed of that when I think about it, but I have to forget about it. We have to be what we are, so we don't have to present a false image. That's the one thing I'm telling you guys today. And one of the reasons Michael is so beautiful and this family is so wonderful, I have no reason to be a fake here. I'm a goofball. I'm awkward. I smoke weed. I'm learning how to microdose. I'm learning how to be a scientist, citizen scientist, all of this. And I'm not telling anybody anything that I'm not. It's the best thing in my whole life. The one group, the one place that I didn't go and try to be something I wasn't. Even when I was playing rugby, I was racing cars, I was trying to be a pilot, I was trying to fit in somewhere. This place, I'm not trying to fit in one bit. I'm being pops. Boom. But a lot of it, because I'm older and I'm comfortable. And I know what I got to do. This is the magic carpet ride I'm taking all the way to the end. This one right here. I'm committed to this magic carpet ride all the way to the end. And it's beautiful because it's not a phony baloney ride. It's so easy to be phony and be a hypocrite. And then you justify your emotional pain and you blame others for your choices. I don't want to blame anybody for my choices. I have to be responsible for myself. So, just imagine the day that you stop making assumptions with your partner and eventually with everyone else in your life. We're working on that here. Working on that really good. Your way of communicating will change completely, and your relationships will no longer suffer from conflicts created by mistaken assumptions. Today, a guy's here. Pops, why don't you call the lady out? She screwed you over. She did it to you. She cut you off at the knees. You got to call her out. You got to do it to save the community. He's right. There's no way I'm calling anybody out. I'm responsible for what I did. I left my own back door open. If I just want to sit around and call other people out, I got to call myself out first. Big post out there. Pops effed up. That's the first post. The way to keep yourself from making assumptions is ask questions. Make sure the communication is clear. If you don't understand, ask. Have the courage to ask questions until you are as clear as you can be. And even then, do not assume you know all there is to know about a given situation. Once you hear the answer, you will not have to make assumptions because you will know the truth. Ask all the questions you need to ask. Get all of the data. You're still gathering data. You're still in the center of this thing. You haven't moved out to make any moves. You're gathering data. Get all the information you need. Then you come up with a plan to move out of this circle of assumption. But you still got to be an honest, truthful data gatherer. One of the ones is, do they really love you? If they don't really love you, you have to be honest with yourself. You know what? That person really doesn't love me, and I'm still hanging on. I'm still trying to grab. I'm still chasing them. I'm still scratching. I'm going to slash the tire. They don't love you. Once you're honest with that piece of data, now you can make a different plan. They really do love you. They adore you. You're the cat's meow. Really? It's a totally different set of data. Now I have a new plan. But you have to get very honest. What's the real data? About any situation. About any business plan. Most of this is really just business plans. If you do not understand something, it is better for you to ask and be clear instead of making an assumption. The day you stop making assumptions, you will communicate cleanly and clearly, free of emotional poison. You don't even get upset about it. Got all the data you need. Now you just make a clinical decision, an analytical, reprogrammed, better program decision without making the assumptions, Go back to chapter 1. Your word becomes impeccable. Your life starts becoming impeccable. You stop becoming a hypocrite. With clear communication, all of your relationships will change. Not only with your partner, but with everyone else. I might include here for the author, with yourself, with the man or the woman in the mirror. That's probably the one that you need to have the least assumptions with. You won't need to make assumptions because everything becomes so clear. This is what I want. This is what you want. If we communicate in this way, our word becomes impeccable. If all humans could communicate in this way with impeccability of the word, there would be no war, no violence, no misunderstandings, no lady cutting